Hi lads, just what I'm going to do today is I'm going to run through one example, okay? And then I'm going to get, you're going to do whatever questions for homework, okay? So just go slowly through one example. So I'm going to look at question 6 on page 578. Okay, so the question tells us the L is the line 2x plus y minus 3 is equal to 0. And S is the circle, x squared plus y squared is equal to 26. Find the points of intersection of L and S. So we're finding the points of intersection. Okay, so the first thing we need to do is I'm going to label these points 1 and 2. Okay, that's the first thing I've done. I've just labeled my line and my circle. And what we're going to do is we need to get either x or y on its own. Okay, for this one we're going to get y on its own because there's no number in front of y, there's a number in front of x, so we'll end up having to divide across by 2. So to avoid that, we're just going to get y on its own. So we're going to use equation 1 to get y on its own. Okay, so equation 1 then is 2x plus y minus 3 is equal to 0. So we're trying to get y on its own, so we're going to take off of 2x off of both sides. Okay, so 2x take away 2x is 0, so we're left with y minus 3 is equal to minus 2x. Okay, so now we just have that minus 3. I'm just going to move this up to get rid of, so we're going to add 3 to both sides. So we're going to be left with y minus 3 plus 3 is 0 is equal to minus 2x plus 3. And I'm going to call that equation 3. And I might even colour it in. Okay, so that's what my y is equal to. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to use equation to solve for x with equation 2. Okay, and our equation 2 there is x squared plus y squared is equal to 26. Now we know what y is equal to, so instead of y, I'm going to sub in for y, which is minus 2x plus 3, because that's what we found y is equal to. So x squared plus minus 2x plus 3 to be squared is equal to 26. And I'm going to rewrite out that square. So x squared plus minus 2x plus 3 by minus 2x plus 3 is equal to 26. Okay, so the next thing we have to do is multiply out those brackets. So we x squared plus, and we're going to multiply minus 2x by minus 2x, minus by minus comes plus, 2 2s is 4, and x by x is x squared. Then we're going to minus 2x by plus 3, so minus by plus is a minus. And 2 3s is 6, and we have an x. And then our plus 3 by minus 2x, so plus by minus is a minus. 3 2s is 6, and we have an x. and our plus 3 by plus 3. So plus by plus is plus 3 3s is 9. And that equals 26. So if we tidy that up then, so 1x squared plus x squared is 5x squared. Minus 6x minus 6x is minus 12x. Plus 9 is equal to 26. So we want to get rid of that 26 to have it equal to 0. So we're going to take it off both sides. So we're going to have 5x squared minus 12x plus 9 take away 26 is minus 17 is equal to 26 take away 26 is 0. So now we're left with a quadratic equation. So we're going to use our guide rule to solve for x. So remember, we're taking the last number, which is 17, and we're multiplying it by the number in front of x squared, which is 5. So 17 by 5 is 85. And then we have to write out all the factors of 85. So 85 by 1 5 and 17. And I think that's it. So we have to use 2 of those numbers then to give us back 12. So if we have minus 12, so if you plus 17 minus 17 plus 5 will give us minus 12. So these are the ones we're going to use. So instead of my minus 12x, then I'm putting an x squared. Plus 5x minus 17x minus 17 is equal to 0. Okay. Plus 5 minus 17 is minus 12. So then I'm taking the first two terms and I'm taking out what's in common. So 5x is common to both there. So 5x squared divided by 5x, we're left with an x. Our sign is plus. 5x divided by 5x is just 1. And then we're looking at the second two. So what's common to both? Minus 17. Minus 17 divided by, minus 17x divided by minus 17 is just an x. And minus 17 divided by minus 17 is plus 1. Okay, now our two brackets are the same, so we can rewrite that as 5x minus 17 by x plus 1 is equal to 0. So if we multiply out those brackets, lads, if we multiply out that bracket, we will get this back. Okay. So now we know that it's equal to 0, so one of these have to equal 0. So 5x minus 17 is equal to 0, or x plus 1 is equal to 0. So if we add 17 to both sides, you're getting 5x minus 17 plus 17 is 0 is equal to 17. X then is equal to 17 over 5. And if we take 1 off both sides here, x plus 1 minus 1 is 0 is equal to minus 1. So they are our two values of x. So then what we're going to do is sub x into equation 3, and equation 3 was x is equal to minus 2x, y is equal to minus 2x plus 3. So if we let x is equal to 17 over 5 and we let x is equal to minus 1, so y then is equal to minus 2 by 17 over 5 plus 3. Y is equal to, and if we put that into calculator, so 2 by 17 over 5, close your bracket. So that's minus 34 over 5 plus 3. And you're getting minus 19 over 5. So when x is equal to 17 over 5, y is equal to minus 19 over 5. And if we let x equal minus 1, y is equal to minus 2 by minus 1 plus 3. Y is equal to minus by minus is a plus, 2 ones is 2 plus 3. Y is equal to 5. So when x is equal to minus 1, y is equal to 5. So then the point of intersection is 17 over 5 and 19 minus 19 over 5 and minus 1, 5. Okay. And that's it. So looking back there, what did we do? So we were given our two equations, we wrote them out. Then we used the first equation, or the line equation, so the one with no x squareds. We used that to solve what y is equal to. Okay, so we rewrote out the equation and we got y on its own. That's what we did. And we call that equation 3. Then we subbed that back into the equation with the x squareds and the y squareds in it. So equation 2, and we subbed in for y minus 2x plus 3. We subbed it in. We multiplied out our brackets. We tidied it up. Okay, then we used our guide rule to solve for x. We were only left with x squared, x, and a number. So we know then we use our guide rule to tidy that up. So to get the guide rule, it's the last number on its own, and we multiply it by the number in front of our x squared. We got 85, so we wrote out all the factors of 85, which was 85 by 1 and 5 by 17. So then we pick back one that'll give us the middle number, or the x. So we knew that minus 12x, we could have minus 17x plus 5x would give us minus 12x. So we rewrote our minus 12x into plus 5x minus 17x. We took out the first two together and the second two terms together, took out what was common in both. Our two brackets were the same, so we took what was outside the brackets into one, and one bracket came down, and it's equal to 0 all the time. So we solved, then we said that one of these have to equal 0. For the whole thing to be 0, one of these x's have to be 0. one of these brackets have to be equal to 0. So we do for both of them. Solve for x, we found what x is equal to with both. And then we sub them back into our third equation, the one with y is equal to solve for y. And we sub them in, and we got our answer, what y is equal to, so then we knew that our points of intersection. Okay, so once you do a few of these, lads, it's really not that difficult at all. Okay, it's just about following the steps all the time. Okay, so when you're finding there's 2 points of intersection for the line and the circle, okay, and when they're equal to each other, they are intersecting. Okay, so that's what we're trying to do there. So you might want to pause and rewind that video if you need to, okay? Don't be afraid. Thanks.